Hey, good evening, Mep here, Mep Investments. Hope you're all doing great. Let's go over today's stock market action and economic news. On the economic front, we had jobless claims, if not mistaken, and I think they're another pandemic low, but it was still more than 400,000 people. Sadly, let's take a look here. Let's just look at Yahoo. It says jobless claims initial filings fell for a fourth straight week to set a new pandemic era low. But still, initial jobless claims were 406,000 versus expectation of 425 expected and a 444 during the prior week. Continuing claims weekend in May 5th, 3.6 million versus 3.68, expected and revised to 3.73 during the prior week. Still, it's 400,000 people applying for first time unemployment benefits. So it's pretty high, but I guess it's getting better, they say. The next one was, I think we had, GDP. Was it GDP? GDP report? Was it today? Yeah, GDP data. I thought it was real estate news too. There might have been some real estate news. Let me see. Something that just talks about GDP here. That was a month ago. Let's just go to the Wall Street Journal one. All right, so the GDP report, that was unemployment. We talked about that. They didn't show anything here, did they? Well, maybe I scrolled through it too fast. Some of the meme stocks were up again today, or Mimi, however you say it. I don't think there was there GDP data? A separate report showed, here we go, I'm sorry for the delay. A separate report showed that the U.S. domestic product GDP, broad measure of economy's output of goods and services, rose at 6.4 annual rate. The first quarter is the same as in an initial estimate. So that was that, and I don't know if we had durable goods maybe. Okay, so this is the one that caught my attention. So we had some data. Durable goods orders dropped 1.3% in April. U.S. orders for big ticket manufacturer goods dropped unexpectedly in April for the first time in 11 months as a shortage of computer chips disrupted auto production. The Commerce Department reported Thursday that orders for factory goods meant to last 3 years fell to 1.3 in April after rising 1.3 in March. Transportation orders skidded 6.7, excluding transportation, which can swing sharply from month to month. Durable goods orders were up 1% in April. Factories have been hamstrung by a shortage of supplies as the U.S. economy reopens, COVID-19 pandemic, and demand for goods and services rebounds rapidly. Orders for auto parts disrupted by shortage of computer chips dropped 6.2% in April. Orders for military capital goods dropped 25.8% after falling 11.7% in March. Economists had expected durable goods orders to rise about 0.7% last month. Despite unexpected decline, the April report also contained hopeful signs. A category that tracks business and investment orders for non-defense capital goods, including aircraft increased 2.3% last month on top of 1.6 gain in March. The signal for manufacturing sector is still positive, although supply chain constraints continue to be headwind, preventing complete recovery to pre-pandemic levels. So, so that was the economic front. On the market front, everything was pretty. Here we have the Nikkei up 500, and Shanghai and Hang Seng pretty quiet. The futures are ripping higher. Optimism over economic recovery. Bitcoin is down a little bit. Ethereum's down a little bit. The dollar was up a little bit. Gold at 1900, silver at 28, copper over 450 solidly at 466. Oil's back up to over 67. Nat gas almost $3. Interest rates are just staying pretty range bound between that the 10 years about 1.6. We could take a look at this chart. The 10 years, the one that they look at most. Here's the 5-day chart. So it's pretty range bound from 1.6 to 1.62, and here's the monthly from under 1.57 to 1.65 more. So it's pretty range bound in the last month. They've done a good job keeping that range bound. The Dow Jones was up today. It was the leading index besides the small caps. Small caps was up 1% to 2273, and the VIX was down 3.5% to 1674. It's getting down there. The VIX is getting to levels that it hasn't been in a while. Here we had it at on April 16. We're pretty much at that level. So we're at year low levels, pretty much. So a little complacency, in my opinion. Gotta be careful when you got the VIX at these levels. Definitely don't want to be throwing too much risk on here, in my opinion. Especially if you're an option seller. JD's delivery arm surges 11% in Hong Kong. Kathy Wood sees deflation returning, boosting innovation stocks. She has no other choice to say that. Her ARK fund is getting destroyed, and I think she has it wrong, to be honest with you. She might have been the best performer in the last year, but I think she has it wrong, big time. That's just my opinion. She's buying all these high growth stocks, and interest rates are at lows. We have inflation. We have inflation, so something's got to give. I don't think the Fed's going to raise interest rates, but they may raise naturally as the world sees the flood of dollars and that we just keep printing money. People see basically bonds. When you sell bonds, interest rates go up. And bond is basically an IOU in dollars, but at a later date. That's pretty much it. The government sells bonds, which right now, people in the world buy it. Interest rates are pretty low, but the Fed is buying a lot of them. They're doing asset purchases every month, and they're basically monetizing our government's debt. That's what's going on. So, and inflation is happening. My wife went to buy a couple chicken sandwiches today at Burger King. She spent $22. Here, I'm gonna give you another story. Today I was talking to a friend. My mother-in-law, I bought a car for her, a 2018 Kia Sportage, right? About 45,000 miles. I bought it when I worked with her. It's about a year and a half ago, I think I bought it for her. Go ahead, buy it. It's a good deal. We bought it cash, 12.5 plus tax. That car today, I booked it out with a friend, 17.5. The car is appreciated $5,000 in a year and a half. She hasn't driven it a lot. She only goes to her daycare and pandemic or go do some groceries. She don't really put miles on the car because miles is what makes is the life of the car and is what main the biggest value factor in a car is the miles. So I was telling her, it makes sense. I was talking to my car buddy, and it makes sense to actually sell her car and buy a new one if you could find one because of the chip shortage. So, there is inflation in housing and everything. And for the Fed to say it's transitory, I mean, how do they know? Because they say it's supply chain issues. I mean, we really don't produce much. Everything's produced in other countries. Of course, there's supply chain issues. We don't produce anything. We don't produce much. We produce a lot of dollars. So, we're about a 70% consumer GDP based on consumption. So I don't think this ARK fund is where you want to be. Not saying there's no tech deals, but I mean, she buys all these high-tech growth stocks, and that's my opinion. I mean, she was over 150, and now she's at 112. Sure, she got a little bit bounced now with the NASDAQ because she got a lot of tech stocks, but I think you want to be in like miners, gold, gold miners. You want to be in chemicals, consumer staples, wherever they can increase the price of stuff. It's hard to do that with technology and higher growth rates. What else do we got here? So GMC. We'll go to bar chart and look at the stocks. But a lot of the meme stocks were meme or whatever you want to call it were going crazy today. Ford was going crazy. AMC was crazy. So Fed's Kaplan cites real estate excesses as a reason to start tapering purchases. So this guy's talking about winding down the purchases. Bank CEOs tell Congress they doubt Biden's global minimum corporate tax will work. Biden's budget will include $5 trillion in new federal spending over the next decade. Remember what I said the other day. We don't talk about billions anymore. It's trillions. And that's enough on the news. Let's go look at some stocks where we can make some money. Today I wasn't that active. Was I active? Can't remember how many trades I did today. I know it was over 50. Probably closed a lot of stuff. I know I closed Space for over 400%. So AMC up 35%. That's just ludicrous. I have a 25 and 30 broken wing butterfly to the upside for next week. Ford, I have a 15 call calendar, so I wouldn't mind Ford staying here. General Electric was getting in on the action today. Incredible. Tesla back to 630. Boeing was going higher. BlackBerry is one of those meme stocks. So a lot of green today. Space up 15%. A lot of green everywhere. Beyond Meat, another short squeeze. I was talking about that at 100. I made money in there. Airbnb closed out today. Been talking about that. Look at Amazon. Amazon was down. Nvidia down. And these are the big boys. Those are the leaders. GameStop up $11. That crap stock. I mean, who understands that? These are short squeezes. They're just trying to squeeze the hedge funds that are short these stocks. And I guess these hedge funds, I don't know. Even though I was watching Mike Santelli on CNBC, I like him. He was saying that net short overall and the overall market is at low levels. And there's not a lot of cash shorting stuff right now because the Wall Street bets gang are targeting stocks like that. So anyways, General Motors, nice day. So a lot of green. CRM had earnings. I think they were up after the bell. Snow, nice reversal. It melted yesterday, but it reversed today. Microsoft, another bellwether down. Roblox, incredible, up to 8%. That thing was at 70 something. When I started talking about it, it's almost at 100. Just incredible. Everything was green. A lot of green. A lot of green. Trying to see here what other ones. Tomorrow is expiration Friday, so gotta close out a lot of stuff that expires. I do that quick. That don't take too long. Trying to see here what caught my attention. Zynga caught my attention today. Might be a decent play. BBIG is good to see it back up again today. That one's been lagging, and I saw a lot of unusual calls. Maybe we'll get a pop there. Ride and DoorDash had nice days today. That's about 100 stocks that we just went over there. Let's take a look at stock charts and look at the indexes. Stock charts. The small caps, I had done a video. I knew they would lead. So they got a gap up. Now the question is here, will this gap get filled? Because, the small caps have gone up pretty much from 2015 from 2015 more or less to 2025 in no time. So it's gone up a lot of points pretty quick. So we'll see if that gap gets filled. Remember, Monday we're closed, so we shall see what tomorrow brings. I don't know if it'll be a flat day or if it'll be a green day and head into a long Memorial weekend, all happy. I have the slightest assumption. My portfolio, I had some good gains this week, so I sold a couple of hedges using micro futures and stuff to basically be flat. I'm happy with my performance this week, and I really just want to close out what I have and enjoy the long weekend. So we had a little red candle here in the Nasdaq, but not a lot of volume. And it's had a good run up, and it's over the 50-day pretty nicely. Maybe it come back to test that 50-day. Who knows? The SPY did held up in there. You got a nice candle there. It's flirting with the all-time highs, and the MACD's kind of like connected there. We'll see if it vaults through to a new high. And the Dow Jones. Looks similar to the SPY, to be honest with you. Looks pretty similar. Let's take a look at the futures. So let's look at supposedly King Dollar. So it is King Dollar's back up. We got some buyers here. And we got foreign currencies red except the Aussie and the Mexican peso. Bitcoin down 800 to 38K. Now oil is surprisingly pretty high here at 67. Gold is holding almost 1900. S&P up 13. Meat prices are hovering at highs. Lumber's still up there. Small caps up 10. Qs, the Nasdaq up 25. Dow Jones up 159. Platinum and palladium have been very range bound. Oil, nat gas, $3 almost. Silver, a little bit under 28. Now, the only thing that's catching my attention right now is that the VIX product here is green. This was different from the VIX, which is at 1675, I think. These are different products, but here they're green, right? And the futures are green. And from my experience, when both are green, that means trouble. So we might get a sell-off here. That's what I'm betting on, but I'm pretty flat, so flat to a little bit short. Grains, corn and soybeans had nice rallies today. Wheat is hanging in there. And interest rates are a little higher on the 10-year and 30-year because they're selling off a little bit. On the video front, let's go to the channel. Almost at 300 subscribers, so thank you to all the subscribers and watchers and supporters. I appreciate that. Express. So I'm just gonna do a little recap here on the last couple videos that I've done. Express. I'm still in it. I didn't close. I think it was up after hours with the meme stocks, so it was up 6% to 510. I'm still holding that, and I'm up nicely on that. RRD, let's take a look what RRD did today. RRD, I think it was down. Not much. 635, only down 2 cents. I know the other ones by heart. We did BBIG. I did a video on them. Still holding that position. So up 8%, then down 4%. Let's take a look at BRFS. That one's been pretty disappointing for me. Up 2%, fighting for that 5 level. What other ones did I do here? Silvergate. I did Silvergate. Silvergate's been doing good. I closed my put credit spread, and the calendar has been doing pretty good. I think it's up there since the video. Yeah, it's up on 118, and also Upstart is just being amazing, up to 166, up 20 today, Upstart. We talked about the Russell. The crypto space has been pretty quiet. I own 3 coins, just long term, along with my wife that owns Doggy Coin or Dodge Coin, whatever you want to call it. Here are the cryptos. The market is up in general only 1.5%. Doggy Coin's at 33 cents. I told her to sell that thing at 70. She didn't listen. The ones that I own a little bit of Bitcoin Cash. I have Zcash and Dash. And the only reason that I have them is because they have very limited supply. If you look at Dash's supply, it's only 10 million coins. And you could do this homework yourself. And look at the supply. This one has 11 million supply, and Bitcoin Cash has 18 million, and Bitcoin has 19 million. So supply matters, and so that's why I'm holding those. And that's the crypto space. Crypto space has been kind of in the dumps lately, since Elon Musk tweet on Bitcoin and energy consumption and China cranking down on Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't really bounced like I think some people were expecting. I'm just holding those coins. I don't really trade crypto. It's hard. I don't see advantages there. It's very hard. I do Bitcoin correlated names. Here's my Bitcoin going to 35K when it was higher, over 40. It was at 40 something thousand, and Bitcoin right now is at what's Bitcoin at? Miami just got destroyed. They're gonna get swept. So Bitcoin, I said, was going to 35, and it's about 38.2 right now. So it's very range bound, the Bitcoin. I have no position. BTU had a nice day coming back. Amazon, I'm out of. Tesla, I'm out of. Beta weighting my portfolio. I'm a little flat to negative right now. Upstart, I've talked. Fubu hit 25. Jamia's about 30. Roblox is about 100 almost. And I talked about my cryptos. All right, cool, man. I'm still in Now and in Etsy. Going back 2 weeks on my videos, giving you updates. And I'm still in Bill. Well, I hope you enjoy the video. Like it, share it, and talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.